How do I find equivalent ratios for the GED test? Imagine you have a favorite recipe that calls for 2 cups of flour and 3 cups of sugar. Now, what if you want to make a bigger batch? How do you keep the flavor the same? That's where equivalent ratios come in. They help you scale up or down while keeping the same relationship between ingredients or quantities. Finding these ratios is pretty straightforward once you understand the steps. First, look at the original ratio. For example, if the ratio of flour to sugar is 2:3, you can write it as 2/3 or 2 divided by 3. You can also write it as 2:3 or with a colon like 2:3. All these are ways to show the same relationship. Next, to find an equivalent ratio, multiply or divide both parts of the ratio by the same number. For example, if you multiply both to and 3 by 2, you get for and 6. So the ratio for to 6 is equivalent to 2:3. If you divide both parts by their greatest common divisor, which is 1 in this case, the ratio stays the same. But if you divide to and 3 by 2, you get 1 and 1.5, which is not a whole number ratio. So sticking to multiplication is often easier. You can also check if 2 ratios are equivalent by turning them into fractions. For example, 2/3 and 4/6. If you simplify 4/6 by dividing numerator and denominator by 2, you get 2/3 again. That confirms they are equivalent. Proportions are equations that state 2 ratios are equal. For example, if a recipe uses 2 cups of flour for every 3 cups of sugar, and you want to find out how much flour you need for 9 cups of sugar, you set up a proportion. Write it as 2/3 equals x/9. Then cross-multiply. 3 times x equals 2 times 9. That gives you 3x equals 18. Divide both sides by 3, and you find equals 6. So you need 6 cups of flour. Remember, when working with ratios, always keep the parts in the correct order. Label them clearly, and write ratios as fractions when solving proportions. This way, you can easily find equivalent ratios and solve real-world problems involving ratios, proportions, and percentages. Practice with different numbers, and soon it will become second nature to find and use equivalent ratios for the GED test.